All right, so we are recording. Welcome to this select group to our Tuesday Tech Talks on Adobe Spark page. If you want to view the slides right now or later on, all the links that I'm going to mention are on the slides as well. And I'll push them out of the chat if you want to see them as we go. But you can find them at bit.ly/1020. That's today. Tech Talk Tuesday TTT slides. Should be there. So hopefully you guys know I'm Clint Stevens. Glad you guys are here. If you're watching this after the fact and would like Midas credit, my email address is right there. Just shoot me a short summary paragraph. Tell me what you liked, what you learned, your reflections, and so forth. And I'll remind you of that again as we wrap up. And roll call. Let me put that link in the chat as well. If you want to sign up now, and remember, I will also put it, darn it, the participant window is covering this up. I got to figure out a system for how to do this on a small laptop screen. Okay, chat. There's the chat, and there's the link. And on the phone, I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not, but we're doing our best, right? Okay, and I'll put that up again at the end. So why Adobe? Why are we talking about all things Adobe? I mentioned this 2 weeks ago if you were here. Otherwise, a quick recap is this is the second year of an agreement that was put together by UEN, the state legislature, and Adobe it's called Create Utah. And basically, every educator in the state, as well as all 7th through 12th grade students, have access to not only Adobe Spark, which these tech talks have been focusing on, but we also have access to the entire Adobe Creative Suite. So that's Photoshop, that's InDesign, that's Illustrator, Adobe, let's see, Premiere and Premiere Pro, Premiere Rush. Those are video editing tools, animation tools, all kinds of amazing creative tools for students and teachers. And there's also a great access to under the Adobe Education Exchange to all kinds of self-paced tutorials on how to learn how to go through this stuff. And if you're just coming in, I'll keep throwing the link to the roll call in the chat, and I'll put the link to the slides back up to our session at the end. And I love it that everyone starts to chat me and text me at 3:30 for some reason. Why Adobe? Why now? Sir Ken Robinson says creativity is as important now in education as literacy and should be treated with the same status. So in this day and age where students are going to be facing a world where they're most likely going to be inventing their own jobs, creating their own businesses, the ability to collaborate, communicate, to tell your story is as important as it ever has been. And Adobe really does provide amazing tools to make that as simple as can be. So let's talk about Adobe Spark. The reason why we're talking about Spark is because in our region, most of the student devices, and all students pretty much have one, is a Chromebook, and you can't install any software, Adobe or otherwise, on a Chromebook, but you can use web-based applications, and there's some really amazing web-based applications, and Spark is actually 3 of those. We talked about creating graphics with Spark Post 2 weeks ago. Today we're going to show how to build websites with Adobe Page, and then next week we'll look at video on the web with a Chromebook with Adobe Spark Video. And they really are gauged for younger users in mind. So anywhere from preschool to college, kids are finding these tools to be, easy to use and easy to share their message and share their projects and share their ideas with other people, with their teachers, with the world at large. And again, I just dropped the link for the role into the chat if you want to get signed up for it now. And again, Adobe Spark is free for everyone. It's a part of the Create Utah program. But since K through 6 students don't have access to the entire Creative Suite, Adobe makes Spark free for everybody. So, and students can sign up as long as they have a school email account, they can log in through the Google authentication. I'll show that here in a bit. So students can use, any students on any grade level can use Adobe Spark for free. If you have questions as we go along, don't be afraid to drop them in the chat or open up your mic and comment or question as we go. So Page is a web page builder that puts the power of creating a web page in the hands of anyone with a story to tell, a product to sell, or a passion to share. Really, sometimes you don't need a traditional website with all the menus and links and all that kind of stuff to get your message across. Adobe's Page is very good at creating a beautiful website or web page on a single topic. It's great to share stories, create a portfolio, resume, presentations, reports, photo galleries, things like that, as well as for educators. It can be a showcase for student work, advertise an upcoming field trip or something fun, or share the pictures from one of those events that have come and gone. Or you can use it as a weekly or monthly newsletter to post good things that are going on in your class. So let's look at an example of a Spark page. I'm going to stop sharing so that I can show you this website full screen. And so let me share again. One moment. Share that and share. And so hopefully you're seeing my window. Yes. Everyone's got their cameras off, so I can't get a thumbs up from you. But I'm assuming you're seeing my window, so I'll move forward. Thumbs up. Thank you. Appreciate it. So all Adobe Spark pages start with an impactful image with a title, with a subtitle if you want to put it on there. And as you scroll, you can see that those nice, background scrolling. This web page mostly uses what's called the split layout, but this is a Spark page that is a link to other Adobe Spark products. So I can look at, there's another page here with embedded Spark videos on the 5 senses. So I can just open that one up and see that student created example as it loads. I'll just take a few minutes and run through a few of these to give you an idea of what you can build and examples of student projects. My eyes help me to see. Here's some nice colorful images that you can see all around him. My nose smells wonderful things. Okay. And if I tried to build this on my own a couple years ago, I would have had to have almost a PhD in HTML coding, but Adobe Spark page makes it so easy with your own photos. They've got galleries, a giant, huge library of thousands and thousands of images, royalty free to pull from. You can use your own as well. There's lots of clip art you can use, and I'll show you how to make these great examples here. I need to move the video screen so I can, there we go, get back to this other one. So your story counts from 1 to 10. So that's a Spark video. High school history and social studies project with Post. Let's take a look at that. So again, Post is a graphic. So different images from the Civil War and all that happened way back when. And so those are just some brief examples. And the nice thing about the web page, Spark page, is that if you create projects in the other Spark tools, this is a great way to highlight those graphics and those videos that you've created. Okay, so let's move on. Let me show you how we build those things. Got a couple of you signed up for the role. Well done. All right, let me change my share here. Well, no, let's just keep it on the screen. So again, to access Adobe Spark, spark.adobe.com. You use this sequence to log in. Your username is your school Gmail account authentication, and your students do the same thing. So let me show you how to get in following these steps that are in the slides there. So I've already gone to spark.adobe.com. Most people see the Google button, they click on that. We need to use, and you and your students need to use this path here. So log in with a school account. Now you have the continue with Google option. That's good to go. For there, you might or might not get this screen. I don't know. 99 times out of 100, you're going to choose this enterprise ID. I've had an Adobe ID forever and I didn't want to lose all that content. So I merged my accounts together. So I'll choose personal, but you and your students will use that enterprise ID. And then it takes me to my Spark dashboard where I can view my recent projects. I can create, some graphics, some video, make something for Instagram. I can create things from scratch from the blue plus up here, which I'll do here shortly. I can go back and remix the projects I've done, or I can explore over 11,000 different templates that other people have created to make and made available for me to use and to remix. I don't have to keep the same pictures, and I can, if I like the basic look and layout of it, I can take it and remix it and make it my own. But I'm going to start from scratch with a web page. And now it says add a title, and I've gone through and I know it's no fun watching me type, so I have gone through and prepared some text and images and things like that to use for you so it can speed this process up. So the very first thing you add in a project is an impactful photo. And so you can find free photos. They have a giant library. Let's take a look and look for things in Moab. See if anything comes up there. So we've got Delicate Arch. Very good. That one works for me. All right, and so that's part of their free clip art library. And then as I go down, it's asking me, what do you want to add? Do you want to add photo, text, a button, which can be like a link to go somewhere else, videos, and then different types of photo layouts, a grid, a glide show, and a split layout. I'll show you all three of those as well. So I'm going to add a title first, and we're going to call this, let's see, I'll just repeat that title there. Fall Research in Moab. There's not a lot of options, which is good. I think you can get into what's called analysis paralysis and just have too many options to go on. So here we go. And I'm going to add a little bit more text. Copy that. Just add some paragraph text, just normal text. And then do you see these pluses in between? That means I can go back in and add photos as I go. And so here I'm just going to drop in a photo and I'm going to upload my own. Actually, you know what? I uploaded some items to my Creative Cloud earlier, so I've had access to them. So these are my own photos that I've added, but I've just pre-uploaded them to save some time for our meeting today, and which is the one of Rio Mesa that I wanted to show. This one right here. Okay, and then I have some options here. I can do full width. I can make it giant, or I can say fill screen. Let's see. Let's just do a window. So you kind of scroll through it. And here under a caption, I'm going to write a long time ago. We haven't done this project for a while, and it makes me a little sad. And let's change that focal point too. I want to make sure that everyone gets to see that moonrise right there. So that's kind of fun. Save that. So as I scroll over, there we go. So now I've reached the end of my content. And now what I want to do, let's add a photo grid. And so in the first part of my story, I talk about, let's see, teachers from around the state, GPS units. I want to add that one, add some teachers there, add a group of us back. Let's see, I'm going to use that one later on. And setting up camp and some other, let's see, campy pictures. Nope, that's not one. I delete that one. Easy to do. That's one of the camp. That's one of the camp. You can see as I add photos, it's kind of shuffling where it puts those photos. And if I want to change the position of one of them, I can just click and drag and maybe move them around a little bit. Move them there, move them that way, and changes the layout for me. I don't have to get technical and know, again, a lot of HTML in order to do this. So I'm happy with those layouts right there. So I'll click save. And so again, up above here, I would head to Moab, allow teachers to dig deeper into research. So then I'm gonna add some more text, add my next, copy that, add in the text, paste that in. Okay, a lot of junk. And now I'm gonna add another, let's do a split layout on this one. So actually I'm gonna delete this one. Actually, I'll just move this down here. I'll cut that. And we'll put the text in down here. And so now over here, I'm going to add a couple images. And I hope this is making sense. So we found an old jalopy. I thought I could put a grid in here. So that's fine. Basically a lot of junk. And now I'm going to do another photo grid of some of the junk that we found. We found some old root cellars, stone buildings that were made, you know, by pioneers a long time ago. We found some interesting, there's a stone table that was, it looked like it could be used for rituals. I don't know what happened to that table, or it could have just been a fun little table. And we found some junk. You know, we just found stuff laying around there. We were some of the first people in the area, and or to, you know, come back in after the University of Utah took over for it. And so there we go. That's good on that one. Now I'm going to add some more. Let's see. Let's do another. Let's do a glide show on this one. Some background photos. Let's see. What's the next ones I want to show? We found some wildlife. Let's see. Set the camp up. Don't know if I've used that one yet. We eventually started doing some ant research. Believe it or not, it was a lot of fun. And let's see, what was that one? These little thumbnails are hard to see. Oh, I needed that one up above. That's okay. And then we'd all come back and make our maps at the end. So I'll save that. And so what it does is each one of these photos is now featured as I scroll over it. So this line here, we'd even find some wildlife from time to time, copy that, put text in there, scroll over this. So yeah, that one. I'll just ad lib this one. Teachers in action. Teachers in research mode. Okay, and then here's some of our ant colonies. I can't remember what kind they were. I used to know. Regularis, maybe one of them. If I weren't doing this live in front of people and have it recorded at the same time, I'd be more on my game. Here we go. Oh, here we go. I just might need to rearrange the order of my slides. Okay. Let's see. Okay, good enough. Back at camp, text. Okay, and that's going to add me for more stuff. I'm going to include a video as well. So this wasn't of our group, but it was another group, another biology course that that visited Rio Mesa. And so I will copy this, add some text there, paste that in. There we go. One last bit of text. Text. I'm going to make that an H2. H1. Yeah, I'll make it H1. Why not? Center it up. And then my parting shot is my last photo of the gentleman there who was one of our GIS professionals, was really into night photography, and took this amazing photo at night. So I'll do that and fill the screen with it, and that'll be the end. Okay. So there we go. Let's see what my show looks like. I can go back and preview it. Take it a few minutes. There we go. Go back to the beginning here, scroll all the way to the top. So you can see in about 5 minutes, I mean, I did a little bit of pre-writing. I had, uploaded some photos beforehand, but you can see that in just a couple of minutes, I'm able to make a pretty impactful, attractive looking website with some good information, some different visual layouts, some visual interest, and just a fun way to show some items. We even found some lizards from time to time. There's our teachers in action. I was lucky enough to be able to take my wife with me. That's my wife. That was a fun time. Mapping our ant colonies, answering questions, doing research, making our maps. Included a video. Click on the video, show that'll work. Let's see, X that out. And then our parting shot with the beautiful nighttime shot at the end. And then I get a little credits. And there we go. And if I'm happy with that, I can click the share button and it'll create a link that I can share it with anybody else. I don't have to host or figure out where this website's going to live. Adobe hosts it for me as a part of my Creative Cloud account. Oh, that's new. Send to Google Drive. I didn't know that was a thing. Very nice. Print it out. Hopefully you don't do that, but just click and publish a link. You can pick a category. We'll call it education. Give the photo credits and create a link. And it'll give me a generic link. I'll throw it in the chat that you guys can go and take a look. I can also share it right to Classroom, embed it in another website, send it to Facebook, Twitter, email it out to people. So an amazing tool, super easy to create beautiful web pages in a short amount of time. So let me see where my chat went here. I'm gonna stop the share so I can see all of my windows. There's the chat, maybe. Where's the chat window? Come on, there it is. Thanks, Sandra. I'm glad you like it. Oops, I just sent that back to Sandra only. Everyone, all right, so there's my project. Let me go back to my slideshow shortly because I do have a few more links and things to share there. And while I'm doing that, are there any questions, comments, anything you'd like to say besides it looks great? I do appreciate that comment. Let's see. Here we go. So there's the login steps on how to get into Spark. Went through the demo. Any questions for anybody? And if not, that's okay. Really simple tool. I love it. Like I said, gosh, I was making my own class web page in Dreamweaver by scratch back in the mid 90s. And to have a tool like that would just have blown my mind. So hope you enjoyed it. That was Adobe Spark Page. Remember, we've got Spark Video coming up next week. And this is, again, a really nice way to create great, fun, interactive videos from a Chromebook. It works kind of like slides where you just build your video one slide at a time, and then Adobe mixes them all up at the end and creates a video for you. But we'll talk more about Adobe Spark Video next week, and I'll also announce the topics for November coming up next week. Remember to sign the roll. Let me put that. Let me check the roll, see if most of you guys have signed up. We've only got 2 of you in there, so let me put that link in one more time. Let's see. There's the roll. Copy that. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so I can find the chat window. 2. There everyone. Okay, there's the roll call. Sandra says, can't wait to track my students. How do I get my students to use it? Just point them at spark.adobe.com and they can log in with that same sequence, teacher or student account, continue with Google, use their school Gmail account to access all those things. Yeah, they signed in just the same way you do. Yep. And if they can't get in, talk to your Sandra, talk to your district person, because if you've got 7th graders, they may not be added to the dashboard yet. But just make sure that, if any new students or your students can't get in, reach out to me or your district tech person. We can help get your kids access. Okay, you're welcome. Anything else? Do I have anything else on my slides here? That's it. Okay, let me put my email address back up. So again, if you are watching this after the fact and would like to get Midas credit for it, I'm happy to do that. Just send me an email at the email address right there, clint@sedck12.org, and I will get your credit in Midas. And you folks that are here live, I will get your credit done and added to Midas tomorrow, probably, so that you can get that for the Reimagine Teaching project. No longer can you sign up for it. That closed up last Friday. Oh, but I hope you guys did get signed up, and we'll get you your training done that we can. And I'll remember all the archives, all these Tuesday Tech Talks are posted in my YouTube playlist, bit.ly/SEDC TTT archive. Those T's need to be capitalized. Capitalization is important in bit.ly links, and I probably should have made those lowercase, but I didn't. So my apologies on that. 3:57, man, I'm getting better at this. I'm done in 27 minutes. So again, let me stop my screen share, see if there's anything in the chat. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great afternoon. Hope you're enjoying your break.